It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mayfield going to the air right away. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
180.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
180.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And now off to the races down the right side. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Texans 7, Broncos 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's Bates. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. You look at the defense for these Texans. Now they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Throwing Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
180. Start.
Mayfield down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The Texans at 2 and 10 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Mayfield setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
20.
They go play action. Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. For those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Good. 180. What's that?
Now Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jaden Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Texans 14. Broncos nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
To throw, here's Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick that first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. Loose inside the 30.
And finally taken down at the 15. A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Nix looking to throw again.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Broncos 7. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they can't bring him down. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend.
It's picked up by the Broncos.
And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
180! Point it right, point it right.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. This will be fielded at the 17. It will go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20, and all the way home for a Broncos score. R.J. Harvey with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Texans 14. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
180. What's up?
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 9.
180. What's up?
Mayfield to throw it. A quick hitter complete. It's Walker. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
180. What's up?
Here's Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
So you think it's not tough playing quarterback in the NFL? How about what we just saw there? The rush got home on 3rd down. He had to stand in there and take the shot as he released it. Throws on target, though, and it's good enough to keep the drive moving.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
180.
Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And that is going to be wide to the right and no good. But penalty flags shower in. And I think this is going to wind up a 1st down. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
14. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
180!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now Mayfield lost the football. It's picked up, and nothing but daylight ahead. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Texans 14. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 40. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That's complete. It's Collins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running right, here's Walker. Down at the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
At the Broncos' 25-yard line.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Now he'll tuck this and run. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
To throw is Shuck. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Walker is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Throwing, Shuck. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards, halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
That's taken in by Franklin. Only able to gain a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
3rd and 4. Now it's Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun is Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. It'll be a gain of 5. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Complete to Bryant. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Williams to return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call the playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Straight ahead, Walker. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the gun, Shuck. He'll let this go deep for Collins. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards.
17-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
70 Lions.
Now Shuck. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Gain of 9 yards. That's another Texans first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's Walker. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Sack. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Play fake, Shuck. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
Cowboy 80.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jamison Williams, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
21.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Nick's going to keep this himself, and he wisely will throw that one away. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit,
A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. To throw, here's Nix. Laying out for this one is Bryant. He's got it. And nothing there after the catch, but he does get this down to the 43-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Again to Bryant, and again it's caught. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
1st and goal, Denver.
To throw is Nix. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Houston, it's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Nix. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Throwing Nix. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Broncos 42, Texans 21. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably evades the tackler, and now some space. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Jamison Williams. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
The try here for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score, Broncos 42, Texans 28.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And what a tough spot for this defense, because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds.
And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we could make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Now, time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
And 10 at the 42-yard line.
Second and 10. To throw now, Shuck.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They will throw again. Shuck.
And this is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
It's a gain of 31
That goes for a gain of 31.
First down.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. He completes this to Sutton. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Nix to the air. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Back to throw. Nix. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Kill, 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 kill!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
It's 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, Shuck. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Ready up.
Here now, third down.
Let's go now. Rocco 80.
Here's Shuck. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Well, you need your best play here, no doubt. Fourth down and 8.
60 Bison. 60 Bison.
They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Nick's going to give to Harvey. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. 105 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is intercepted. Jalen Pitre picks it off. And the Texans will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line.
Brings up third down and 12.
Back to throw. Open man is Higgins. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed.
A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
Now Shuck on 4th down. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.